Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Talk Exchange. Today we have Casey Mallek and Kim Lewis of the Midland, Michigan Exchange Club. And they're going to talk to us all about the successes they've had within their own club, particularly from a recruiting perspective and also from some fundraising campaigns that they have done. So they're going to go into detail on their Millionaire Raffle, which is essentially a reverse raffle, some of their America to 50 campaigns. They're going to share some recruiting advice and the success of their new member cocktail hour, the importance of social media and recruiting younger members, and so much more. Hope you enjoy this one, and we'll see you again next week.
Welcome to Talk Exchange. I'm Tracy Edwards, CEO of the National Exchange Club.
And I'm Christy Lindahl, Director of Communications.
You know, it's a busy time around here. It always is, like we say. But, you know, we just came off of our National Spring Summit, which was an exciting time in Omaha. We brought our district presidents-elect as well as our national board and hosted them for a big time in Omaha. And I was just so excited at how they loved Omaha.
You know, it was a surprise.
Right.
You know,
yes.
It's not one of those cities that hits somebody's radar and says, I'm going to Omaha.
Exactly.
You know, but I'm excited for our members to get to Nebraska and see what it's really all about.
I am too. And, you know, people just loved everything we did with them. They love the hotel. It's a perfect convention hotel there at the Hilton Omaha. Very walkable. We got people out to the old market, walking around and seeing some things. And, you know, we had some people because of the storms and the weather, they were delayed and had a few extra unplanned days in Omaha. And, you know, I would message them and go back and forth, see how they're doing. And I said, do you still love Omaha? And they made the best of it. They all did.
Oh, great.
They all had glowing Facebook posts about Omaha. So I know that we'll have a big crowd there in July.
Yeah. I know we took up the opportunity to hit up the zoo. When we were there, oh my gosh, I've been telling so many people about that zoo.
Yes.
And, you know, we were also talking, some of the attendees we had,
yes.
The weather's going to be beautiful in July.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing like a beautiful Midwest summer day.
For sure. And, you know, it's a really clean city. I kept hearing that from people. Very clean, very safe. We could just walk all over and feel good. So it was awesome and will continue to be awesome.
Right. And we don't want to pretend that we're ready for that Omaha visit, right?
Not yet, no. But one of our favorite things to do certainly is talk to clubs and interesting people on this podcast. And today we're joined by an exchange club that caught our attention because they're super active. They do a lot of things. It looks like they have a lot of fun and they're having great success recruiting new members. So they're bringing it all together and tying it with a little bow. So we're excited today to talk to the Exchange Club of Midland, Michigan, up the road from us a few hours. Welcome, Casey Mallek and Kim Lewis. They're committee chairs in the club. And I understand that their club president, Kevin Spencer, gave you glowing credit for a lot of the wonderful things, and including the new members. So we're excited. Welcome, Casey and Kim.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Why don't you start with telling us about your journey exchange? How long have you both been members, and what attracted you to the club? How did you get involved?
Well, I'm 2 or 3 years member. Casey brought me in. Very excited, which excites me, being able to help the community and just being part of a club that is happy to help other people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think I'm probably about 4 years in, and I joined because a coworker of mine actually was on the committee, and I was helping do a lot of the flyers and things for the events, and I always went to the events, and I was like, well, I need to join this club. They're a lot of fun. So if I'm doing these, I might as well join. Yeah.
Excellent. It sounds like you've been having a lot of fun since.
Yeah, it's a great service club. I've been a member of many service clubs in the past, but this one hits a little different, and I really appreciate that National's there, but we're able to do our own events and things locally. So
absolutely. And you do a lot of events. I know the one that caught my attention, the Millionaire Raffle, sounds just like a big fun event. Tell us about that.
It is a fun event. It's actually a reverse raffle that we sell 200 tickets, and each ticket allows 2 people into our event. And you, at the end of the day, you don't want your raffle number drawn. The last 5 people standing have a chance to either win or split $5,000. And so it's about a 3-hour event where we're drawing numbers and selling
50-50. Everyone's out socializing. There's always good food there.
Cooler of cheer. We sell stack a cooler full of things and sell tickets for that as well. There's hundreds of ways to win during this event, so it draws a great crowd and people have a great time.
Year after year, people know what time of the year it is, and so they look forward to it.
Mm-hmm. And what time of year is it?
It actually used to be in November, and we had a scheduling issue with our venue, and so we moved it to March, and March seems to be working out. It's always the first Friday in March.
Excellent. Yeah, it's when people around here want to start getting out of the house.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to have a signature event like that people, you become known for it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see about 300 and some odd people, 325 come to the event. We're trying to, fill that up with all 400, but you'll never have everybody. Nice. But it's a good turnout. Wow.
Very cool. And tell us about what you're doing for America 250. This is a big year for our country, big year for exchange clubs, especially with our Americanism component. Tell us what Exchange Club of Midland is doing to celebrate.
You want to go over that? No, go ahead. We decided instead of doing one specific America 250 event, we are taking every single one of our events and running with the red, white, and blue theme, the Happy Birthday America. So our Millionaire tables and venue was completely decked out with Happy Birthday 250. The red, white, and blue, we had matching red, white, and blue shirts. So we're trying to incorporate it in every single event that we have this year.
That's a fun angle. Yeah. We haven't heard about any club doing that so far, right?
No, absolutely. I love it. And I know you are very, very active on social media. Yes. So I know you'll be sharing those pictures with us throughout the year. And we'll definitely be doing more to pump it out so that other clubs can see how you're incorporating it.
Absolutely. And this club seems like a perfect match for our video contest. We'll have to talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So for America 250, to help acknowledge it, what we are doing at national headquarters is collecting videos from clubs. We want you to tell us why your club and your community is the best, and we're going to use this to make a big compilation to show how Exchange supports communities across the country. We've been doing it at that point. It'll be 115 years of 250. That's really significant. Mm-hmm. So the top 3 submissions are going to have an opportunity to have their video in its entirety shown at the National Convention. It's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what we get.
Definitely. So we'd love to have you submit some video content.
Sure.
And I did notice your Facebook page too has a lot of splashes of patriotism. Mm-hmm. So that's very cool. Now, does your club or do you, it sounds like Casey is a great recruiter in the community. Does your club have a focus on intentionally recruiting members, or are you always just keeping it at top of mind and just inviting people as you see them, run into them? How does that work?
We actually have a pretty decent sized group, even prior to the last couple of years. So we divided into committees and created a membership committee. And so that way the membership committee is focused on gaining new members as well as retaining members and any events that we have member associated. So the membership committee kind of runs that and spearheads and gets the rest of the committees excited as well.
That's great. I think more clubs should have a membership committee and be focused. That way you never lose focus. That's a great idea.
Absolutely. And I'd like to ask, we have a lot of clubs around the country who do recruiting events. They specifically target, and they don't find as much success as your club has. So what do you find to be the perfect recipe for enticing someone to join the club?
You want to talk about her?
Sure. I believe the happy hour was very successful. The time of year was in February.
February.
Which again is a good time of the year because summertime, everyone's so busy or around the holidays. The timing, our location, we picked a venue of someone that was a huge supporter of ours already, locally. And our social media.
Yeah. Social media girl posted out there.
Stephanie, she does an amazing job on Facebook. putting together our flyers that we were circulating around our community. Myself, personally, I talk about it all the time, and I think it's just the excitement. If you're excited about what we're doing, everyone that you're talking to, they can feel that, and then they want to be a part of that.
I think that we talked about, we're always inviting people to our meetings. Come see a meeting, come check it out. But it's a little more formal and a little more committal for people. So the membership committee got together and said, let's just have a cocktail hour. We will have drinks. Our club pays, it's an expense. So our club pays for some drinks and some snacks, and we invite we actually ask members to bring 2 to 3 people to this event to just hear about us, see what we do, and talk to other members. So there's a very small portion of the night where the president speaks, the treasurer talks a little bit about dues and national and where, the money goes. And then a couple of the club members will just speak about why they joined. But then it's a lot of just networking and people getting to talk to other exchange members about why they like it. And so it's not as formal as going to a meeting, and so I think that atmosphere invited a large crowd. And then our social media girl is amazing. Stephanie gets that blasted out there, and I'm telling you, when you offer drinks and snacks to people,
Yes.
And our club does, we have an operations budget, so we do a few things throughout the year that are kind of almost like manual labor, but that allows some money to come in that are, for our operations for the club. We go and move books for another group of people who need the bodies to do the things. We go and do a stake and rope thing at our golf outing or it's the LPGA comes every year, and we get to go put out all the ropes and stakes for that. And so we're able to earn some money to do that. We use it to do this membership drive.
Excellent.
What a great format.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is that, years ago, and Tracy and I and Andrew, when we train, remind people that we don't want to use an elevator speech anymore.
Right.
And it sounds like you guys are speaking from your heart, your
Yes.
passion for serving your community. And I think that's what I'm hearing shine through.
Definitely. Very genuine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
It's not a sales pitch.
Not at all. But no, it's coming clear though. Both of you seem just very active, community-oriented people. Can I ask, is that related to your profession? What do you both do in Midland?
I'm a realtor, so definitely.
I knew you were going to say that. Realtors make great members because
Yes,
they're
they
always
do.
involved in the community. They know what's going on. Awesome.
And busy.
And busy.
Yeah.
Where I'm in accounting, so I'm a bill collector. Pretty good at talking to people, but
Yes.
and getting people to give me money.
Good. I say that as a fellow accountant. So good.
I love socializing, and that I've been I love socializing and getting out there, meeting new people, getting them excited about being part of the community, and giving back to our community, the youth, the veterans. I just enjoy that.
Oh,
I love that. It's very clear that you enjoy this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got some power people here.
I selfishly go out and recruit people that fill spots that we need. And Kim, if you ask her to go get a sponsorship or go get an item donation, like she will do 120%. So I had met Kim through another group and had talked to her about coming, as well as our social media girl. I had met her in another group, and I knew her ideals aligned with the things that National and our Midland Exchange do. So I said, hey, you've got to come check us out and join. So I think if you're looking at a recruiting standpoint, going out, not just finding people necessarily, but finding those people who are going to, fill a gap or add something really unique to the group. And so that's worked out well for us.
Yeah, I don't think that's selfish at all. I think that's very purposeful and efficient.
Yes.
Honestly, people want to feel purposeful when they volunteer or they join a service club. So by having a position ready-made for them, it's, foot in the shoe.
Yeah, and it sounds like I'm sure the city of Midland values having the exchange club. They see the work you do, the impact you have, that makes people want to join. So certainly you're looking for people who will add to that value. That just makes sense. That's awesome.
Yeah, and if you wouldn't mind explaining a little bit about the success of your social media. I know a lot of clubs, they post religiously and intentionally, but they don't quite pick up the momentum. So I suspect your members are very active on your page.
They are, and honestly, that's back to Stephanie, our social media girl. She makes them be active. She's, at our meetings, hey, make sure you like and share. She tries to make it easy for us. She does these amazing posts. She's in a business where she needs to do a lot of social media for her business, so she takes all of that knowledge and brings it to us. And doing reels, over a still photo, all of those things she's kind of geared us to. We're trying to also gain a younger group to the Exchange Club, because I think it's a long-standing club. And I went to our conference. My president at the time and I were like, gosh, we're going to need to start recruiting some new young people, because we look around and the Exchange Club seem to have a little bit of an older demographic. And we're like, we need to change this. It's such a great club. There's so much out there that any generation could get behind. And so bringing in the social media, I think, helps us touch all of the age groups as well.
Well, most definitely. Yeah. And I like how you talked about your involvement at the district level. You go to the conferences. I know you're planning on going to the Michigan District Convention in Bay City. And the president of the club generally attends our national convention. So you're involved beyond the community. You get that you're part of the district and part of the National Exchange Club. So that's really cool that you all have tied that all together. How have you done that? How do you get people involved and really understanding that they're part of a district and part of a national organization?
Yeah, I think the first time I went to district, honestly, was because we were co-hosting. And so I volunteered. I don't know if I would have gone. It wasn't a big emphasis, I guess, before that. It was not ever local, so it wasn't, a big thing. But since it was local to us and we were volunteering, I went and I was like, wow, everybody needs to know that this is out there, because we're doing what we do here, but everyone's doing so many cool things around all of Michigan and then all of national. And having been with another service group in the past that was national, but necessarily we didn't have the ability to go to a lot of the events or move up and be part of the district or be part of national, where I think the Exchange Club gives people that opportunity. So for members coming in, that's something we always say, hey, not only can you be part of Midland, but if you want to, move on up through state or national, there's options there too. And I think that's a drive for some people.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Perfect.
What else would you like to share about the club that we haven't touched on yet? There's so many things. I'm excited about your club.
Well, we're working on something new that has drawn some people. Obviously, patriotism or Americanism is part of the National Exchange format. And our current president, Kevin Spencer, had a great idea. A couple of years ago, we were handing out flags at the Memorial Day parade, and a couple of the politicians ahead of us were also handing out flags. So then I was like, everybody just had too many flags. And we thought, well, gosh, this is kind of an expense, and what's really happening? So Kevin came up with this great idea to plant a flag in a veteran's yard. So instead of using that money to get those flags that we don't know where they end up, we decided to take applications from 5 veterans and go and actually dig a hole, pour concrete, put a flagpole in, and put a flag up for veterans. And so
that's beautiful.
We did that, and it had huge success. People, all the neighbors, we do a flag ceremony, and all the neighbors come out. The veterans' family comes out, and we thought, how can we get more Americanism in the whole city of Midland? And now we're just planting flags all over town. So.
I want to do that in our club. That's awesome.
Cool.
I think once this episode is released, you're inspiring a lot of clubs to do that project. That is awesome. We do have a large awards program. Hopefully you've checked that out online. I would encourage you to submit for the awards, because you're doing some fantastic things. So definitely check it out.
Wow. Thank you so much,
I love
ladies.
it.
This has been amazing.
Definitely. Very cool. Do you want to just end with maybe something you have coming up and get it out there that you'd like people to know about?
The golf outing.
Yeah, we have a golf outing coming up.
Okay.
It's usually right around Flag Day. I think it's June 19th this year. It's always that Friday in June. So we do a golf outing, and we try to wear our red, white, and blue, and we're going to go all out this year for America's birthday with that. And we'll be at conference. So if you're in Michigan, I hope to see you. I hope to meet you at the district conference.
Awesome. Absolutely. I would love that. And thank you for just being awesome Exchange Club members. Thanks for getting the word out there and doing all those awesome things in Midland. How about if we end? Do you want to give a couple of shout outs to a couple of your new members? I know you recently recruited more than 13 new people and brought them in at your happy hour. Do we want to give any shout outs to any new people?
I'm going to give a shout out to all of them. I mean, there's so many names. 13 people in my mind just went blank, but every single one of them has already been attending meetings, has joined committees. They hit the ground running, and we're super excited to have them. And every time we bring someone new, it feels like we bring a whole nother idea to the group. So I can't pinpoint one, and I don't want to name all 13 because I'll probably fail. But they're all awesome, and we're excited for our next happy hour of networking and recruiting.
Wow. Well, if they got involved that quickly, that means your recruitment program truly is superb.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your success. Well, congratulations on all your success in the Exchange Club of Midland. Wow. We appreciate this. Appreciate you and your time today. This has been so fun to learn about you and chat with you, and very exciting. Clubs can really learn from your experience. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. To anyone listening, if you'd like to learn more about the Exchange Club of Midland or Exchange in general, please visit the Exchange Club of Midland Facebook page or go to nationalexchangeclub.org to find a club near you. Thanks for listening to this episode of Talk Exchange.
Thank you, ladies.
So much. Wow.
I don't think there's one edit needed.
No.
Brad's sitting there like, you don't need me.
We need to duplicate what you're doing all over the country.
Yeah.
This has been so great.